Hey, Bitcoin traders and altcoin traders as well. Got to be quick as we head into the end of the day. I got to go live and stream some stocks here. So we'll start it off with the dollar, looking at Bitcoin at all-time highs. Congrats to the bulls. Dollar dropping to lower lows. We were cautious of a daily higher low forming, but the dollar bulls didn't give us any reason to be too concerned. Just something we are always keeping an eye on. And we broke to a lower low, so it's back to square one for the dollar bulls, trying to change the daily trend, meaning next time we bounce, we're just going to watch for a lower high compared to 91.02. Bitcoin all-time high. Congrats to the bulls. Not a ton of follow-through right now, and just remaining a little bit cautious. I want more follow-through to be comfortable. It's always an automatic red flag if we break resistance and don't see follow-through. So this morning, automatic red flag, set a 4-hour high or low. Now a bit more follow-through, but here's a 4-hour resistance line. This candle is going to close. It looks like we're going to close above it. I want to see a break at 29,000 for it to be convincing follow-through. 4-hour higher low of support is 27,300. I've moved up a portion of my core swing position under that level because if we were to break that level from here, I would consider that a bull break with a lack of follow-through, and that to me would mean watch out for daily consolidation. Is our daily higher low 25,833? You could say it is. I don't. It was very brief. That's not enough pullback for me to say it's a clear pivot and a clear higher low. It is a support level, yes, and it is a more clear support level on a shorter term time frame, but I would still consider anything above 21,900 as a daily higher low. We had a 6-hour equilibrium that was nice and clear. That broke bullish. EMA 12 support there. We've got the 12-hour EMA 12 support. That's been a guide for the last 2 weeks. So that's an important level to be watching. And for now, 29,000 and 30,000 are what everybody is watching in the short term. So no red flags, and the dominance chart continuing to climb. Pretty much anytime Bitcoin's at all-time highs, the dominance chart's going up as everybody's focused on Bitcoin at the all-time high. It is still a potential head and shoulders, but we would pretty much need to top out now and start pulling back. If the Bitcoin dominance chart maintains the 12-hour EMA 12 support, then Bitcoin bulls are going to stay dominant. It's as simple as that. We must drop below 69.51 for the altcoins to see any kind of momentum or follow-through on their bounces. ETH Usd had a great laggard leg up, but look at the Bitcoin pairing. We have to see follow-through. Remain skeptical of bulls until they prove it. Great big quick bounce here, lack of follow-through. Even bigger bounce here with a lack of follow-through. And by follow-through, I mean a confirmed trend change. So, big quick move, must hold the low down at 2276 and confirm a daily trend change. We have not done that in a while. If that does not happen, Bitcoin bulls remain in complete control. If this does happen, then we zoom out and we look for a weekly lower high, but it will be a notable shift in momentum if we get a daily trend change on this time frame. Ltc Usd, same scenario. Actually, let's go back to ETH here. Price levels. We are up at the high of 759. There is a lack of resistance in this range. We're looking back up towards 800 psychological. And we're going way back to find this resistance. 829 is the most important level for me in this range. But obviously, we're 10% plus away from that level. So not in play just yet. And the ETH bulls have plenty of space for a daily higher low. Anything above 551 once we pull back from here. Ltc USD trying for a daily bull flag. Short-term support is 120. We would have to break 139.30 to follow through. There are red flags on its Bitcoin pairing chart. What was a red flag? Again, bull break with a lack of follow-through. Straight into 5 days of pullback. Bulls must hold 417. But we're now in a range that we could stay tightening within this range for quite some time. So bulls definitely losing their momentum, breaking resistance straight into multiple days of pullback. And we'll see if 417 can hold. What does it look like bigger picture? It looks like a weekly trend change with a lack of follow-through. Is it our monthly lower high being set? That's a possibility. We're in a monthly downtrend. And this bounce looks a whole lot like the previous bounce that was a bear flag. So it's not game over yet for the bulls, but we're definitely staying cautious until these dominance, until these Bitcoin pairing charts continue to keep uptrends. Link USD, So I was in a trade on Ltc USD and I ended up bailing pretty much break even. And I got red flags there as well, which I'll look at in just a second. My trade was the entry on the daily higher low, looking for the higher high. We got it. Solid green day, but the red flag came on this 4-hour time frame. Short squeeze bull move, unable to change the 4-hour trend. As soon as we dropped down and broke this low, it was game over as far as that trade was concerned. Was positioning myself for the possibility that we were going to get some more altcoin follow through. It just didn't happen. And here we are back down to the lows. And so what I did was exit on the hourly oversold bounce and just scaled out. So the link drop was down to 1080. We bounced a solid 10% plus, but I was just scaling out 1140, 1160. And again, pretty much break even, non-event trade, and wiping the slate clean as far as my only holdings right now, aside from long-term no touch, is just the Bitcoin core swing. And I am being patient because the altcoins are not proving enough for me. There was definitely a trade on ETH BTC, and it did see a nice amount of follow through for that 2-day period, but we must confirm the trend change. XRP, as we know, headlines, negativity, it's in free fall. We've got a short-term support of 17 cents. So I want to talk a little bit about the short squeezes that take place. If there's a lot of bearish action and people think that it might be delisted, why does the price jump 35% in an hour? And the answer is you literally have everybody on one side. At this point, at 17, there was literally nobody left to short. Everybody that was going to short has already shorted. There was nobody left to sell their long positions. Everybody that was going to do so has already done it. So you reach a point where literally the only orders that are coming through are buy orders from bulls hopeful for a bounce and shorts covering. And that's all on the buy side, and it happens fast because there's no downward pressure. There's nobody selling and there's nobody shorting because they've all already done so. So it's a quick short squeeze, and that's what we're seeing happen in the Bitcoin pairings on these charts. We just get to a point where we get a little short-term oversold move because everybody's on one side of the boat flips. Again, there's no follow through on these bounces, but it's a fast, hard bounce, which is why even bears have to be cautious. Right now, Xrp Usd is a tightening 4-hour range. The only levels we care about, 248 resistance and 1918 support. Bulls are going to play off 1918, and bears are going to short the lower high resistances. And I want to show you an example. This is not specific to cryptocurrency space. This happens. This is the Canadian MJ space. This is one of the weakest names and just a hard fall from hype and euphoria from 2017. They went through a reverse split, but we were trading at $120, $150, and here we are down 95%, under $10. So a big bear. We got that much out of the way. Look at these short squeezes. This is a short squeeze where in 3 days, we went from $4 to $14, so a 300% plus move. And it does it time and time again. When it's at its most bearish, and the market makers set it up for an earnings move as well, leading into earnings is when they set their trap, so to speak. But again, you just can't get any more bearish, and it's just a slingshot. 350%. Here's a 300% move in 3 days. It happened again. And other little smaller examples. But it's just the boat flipping. Everybody on one side, and it flips, which is why you have to use stop losses and why short squeezes happen even on fundamentally beat up and extremely bearish names. Checking back in on Bitcoin. Bulls holding strong. Just bought a little bit of a dip there. Not me. The bulls did. So a nice little 5-minute higher low. We're on to back burners again. Watching first 5-minute oversold. First hourly oversold. We've got an hourly uptrend. 4-hour uptrend. 12-hour EMA support. Daily EMA support. You get the idea. The bulls have a lot to work with. And still a lot of hype in the space. Let's see about 30,000. Everybody's looking up towards 30,000. The weekly RSI, we do have to be aware of that. It is the highest in the last 5 years. Can't just ignore it. We can definitely pay less attention to it because it's in blue sky breakout. But remember how insane 2017 was, and we are hitting RSI levels that we did not reach on that breakout. So all that means is be prepared for a 30% drop at any point in time. If you've been trading in the cryptocurrency space for the last 3+ years, you know that it's like that. and you're down 30%. That's just the way it goes. So whatever position you are holding right now, ideally, is a position that you are willing to sit through a fast, hard 30% drop on, knowing that we will just be looking for weekly higher lows next time we see weekly consolidation. Nice to see that EMA 12 is already up at 20,000. It's catching up quickly. And that candlestick's going to close in 4 days, and then it's going to be up at 21,000. So it is catching up. Again, congrats to the bulls. If you are feeling euphoria, probably time to lock in a partial position. And that's the other thing. You can scale out 10% of your position if you want to lock in some profit. And again, I always love psychologically what partial positions does, where if I sell a little bit and it keeps going up, I can look at the bright side no matter what. Great, I still have a position. I have more money than I had an hour ago, a day ago, whatever. And if it pulls back, great, I locked in profit and I have cash to buy any consolidation. It's a win-win. And it's all about mindset, to look at it that way. Let's see about 30,000. We'll check back in soon. Have a good rest of your day. Do good things. We got some watermelon radish, named for obvious reasons. It's gonna go in some soup. Got some bone broth going. And we'll put a bunch of greens. And I actually got, from the summer, that's a bunch of root vegetables, carrots and beets, and zucchini. This is a good non-alcoholic carbonated tea. And that's my fridge. One of the best parts about snow is tracking. So there's this line that I stepped on, but you can see 2 paws pretty far spaced out. That's a solid foot plus, maybe 14 inches from the back paws to the front paws. And then that tail line, very distinct, tail dragging the whole way. And that's a little path that I've created just from walking back and forth. In there. So last year I did see a couple days where there was what looked like a mink. So it could be that. This is a little furry rodent that was swimming around the ponds. But he only stayed for a couple days and then moved on. Don't know what it could be. Muskrat. That's what I saw. It looks like a baby beaver. I'll keep an eye out.